touched on before when we were talking about how the Most High will, as in terms of judgment, how, for instance, we got the law, statutes, and commandments. There's a consequence, there's a blessing, and there's a curse. You know, if you don't keep certain, law, statutes, and commandments, there's a repercussion. And generally, they call those the curses. Now, we got these other nations, right? Granted, another thing too, you gotta remember that these other nations weren't given the knowledge of the law, statutes, and commandments. So they're going falter when the Most High is pronouncing judgment against them for their actions. Alright? That's similarly, like I said before, it's a reoccurring theme. So all throughout humanity, nations and kingdoms were judged off their actions. But see, these nations and kingdoms that operate, that get in the power, and the people who rule over people, even they might read them, and a lot of these nations, they know the Bible, they know the scriptures, but they do not institute it among themselves. They don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Then they wonder why their kingdom fall. They wonder why the Most High judges them the way that He does. And so right there, that's pronouncing, a lot of times too, when we get to the last days, it talks about Assyria, it talks about Egypt, Asia, Babylon. All spirits, when the Most High, when all spirits go, they go back to the Most High. All right, so the spirit of those kingdoms are around today. Look up that word Babylon, it means confusion. Is that not confusion here? Egypt, meaning bondage. Are we not in bondage here? So when you think about, especially what's enacted by these nations, because the Assyrians, the Egyptians, the Babylonians, the different things that they served are here today. A lot of the Babylonian gods, the Egyptian gods, the holidays, they intermingle in today's society. And what was the result of them? They had some type of judgment. Another nation either came and took them down, or the Most High took them down in some type, way, shape, or fashion. So it's the same thing that's going to happen today. That's the thing, it's nothing new. That's another pillar for our faith to be like, hey, the Most High brought these wicked places down, so He gonna do the same here. We got the confidence of the faith to be like, hey, it gets to a point where He got tired of what they was doing, and they no more, their history. We read about them now. Yeah, that cutoff point happens. So that's our faith to say, hey, we know that the same thing's gonna happen here. You mentioned where'd you stop at?
9.
At 9? Yeah. You said
I read 8.
Now verse I'm gonna go to 6. It says, "May any man drive away the hunger of a lion in the wood." It says, "Or anyone quench the fire and stubble when it have begun to burn." So when this stuff starts to happen, just like now, the Most High said He's gonna stir up the different nations to prepare battle in these different lands. Primarily the Middle East is where you gotta pay attention to, because you got, they call Israel over there, or that Middle Eastern section, the Holy Land. You got the Muslims fighting over there, and forever they've been fighting over that land, right? So that's another point of contention to pay attention to. But the Most High, just like when He hardened Pharaoh's heart, it wasn't a Pharaoh's doing. He probably, who knows if in his heart He probably didn't want to let him go. But the Most High hardened His heart so He wouldn't do that. So the same thing, the Most High is hardened the people's heart, and He's putting the people where they gotta be to make His will come to pass. And so when this stuff starts to, like we're seeing today, there's nothing that can be done about it. That's when we read about it and we look at the news, we're like, wow, this is actually happening like you said. It's true. And there's nothing nobody can do about it. It says, "May one turn again the arrow when it is shot from a strong archer." So that's like, anybody see the arrow in archery, once he let that thing go, only the Most High Himself, or like, a sharpshooter, basically once that thing is gone, it's gonna go to wherever that thing has been, the target is, unless acted on by something else, which is usually not gonna happen. We we already see in the plagues, it says the mighty Yahweh sendeth the plagues. It says who can drive them away. Now, if you read a few chapters back, you know, this whole thing is about the latter days. This whole book for the most part is about the latter days. Go ahead.
Verse 9, and fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? Yahweh shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? The earth quakes, and the foundations thereof. The sea rises up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before Yahweh and before the glory of his power.
Right, so these earthquakes, you're going to see tsunamis, all kind of different things. You know, whether or not, you know, they got this global warming where they be like, oh, it's man-made and all that. But the Most High rule of the kingdom of men. So if he had them, for instance, y'all know about the HARP program, the High Rural Active Research Project, where they got antennas around different parts of the world where they can move clouds. They could do all these different things. So the Most High knew that man was going to do that because he want to be like him. They want to be like, they want to dictate who can get rain. That was it's a secret, declassified, basically documents where, you know, that's where they got weather warfare going on with different countries. Where it's back and forth with China, they're like, oh, we're going to not give them rain. So they're going to use their technology to keep the clouds from going, you know. And then recently, I think that in the past month, they had a major flood that wiped out a lot of the Chinese crops. You know what I'm saying? That was so. Yeah, it was so much water and all that stuff. Yeah, and it messed up, you know, some villages or towns or crops and stuff like that. And you gotta know that.
The Haitian earthquake?
Huh?
The Haitian earthquake?
Yeah, the earthquakes over there. Yep. So, but all this is overseen and controlled by the Most High.
For strong is his right hand that bends the bow, his arrows that he shoots are sharp, and shall not miss, when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returns not backward, even so the plague that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again.
Right, so another prophecy that kind of, this lines up with, what do you call it, nuclear missiles. Now, when these nations start to go to war, I believe it's Ezekiel where it talks about how, you know, the final war is not going to be fought with men and swords, but it's going to be basically fought with fire. Nations are going to come against each other, and a nuclear missile, once one be shot, that's it. That's why when you research the Cold War and all these other countries want these missiles because they know that once one goes off, that's it. They going all over. And so I liken it to, you know, especially I want to start looking at it, how these arrows, once they get shot up, that's what they do, the ICBMs, they go up into space. They use the satellite coordinates, and most of them can go around the whole planet, halfway around the planet. And when they come in, there's no defense for them. Some nations got a defense. They got you know, like force fields and stuff like that. But this is what's happening, because in Isaiah it talks about how, and even in Revelation talks about the fire. The fire. Where's this fire gonna come from? He's gonna come with fire. The Messiah said he's gonna come with fire, and this is the fire it's talking about, because the nations are going to destroy each other when there's war. It's gonna get to a point where it's like push a button. That's why everybody's so afraid of these nuclear missiles. Because not only do you got a nuclear nuclear missiles. So say they did stop it, the EMP knocking out the electric grid. You got nuclear fallout. That's it. We talk about end of the world. Once two or three missiles go off, wherever that nation is, that's the end of that nation. That's it. These things are devastating. And then the clouds, and if it get in the jet stream, it can carry. It's going to carry across, half the world. You got to research Chernobyl and these different nuclear disasters. It's a very dangerous thing. So, these they said there's millions of them. There's millions of these missiles, and every nation is ready. That's why it's interesting to see. Okay, they wanna get control of certain lands and areas. You got Chinese heavily moving into Africa, because we know that as far as electronics, we know it's rich in all these different minerals and resources, and different parts of South America. You got China moving in down there too. And we got Trump up in there, and he knows this stuff. That's one of the reasons too. It's a conspiracy that he wanted not to build a wall for the immigrants, but to build a wall for invading troops that would come in from the south. Because we know that Canada is supposed to be on our side, supposed to be our ally, or whatever. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on. But when they talk about these arrows, and the fire is kindled and stuff put out until it can consume the foundation of the earth. We talk about a lot, right? We don't know exactly what hit. It said fire and brimstone. We don't know whether it was a little meteor, asteroid, or whatever that hit that part of the earth. But the same type of destruction that came down on Sodom and Gomorrah, this is what this is talking about. It said you have two agents to clean something. You got water and fire, or to purify something. Did the whole earth with water with Noah. The next time, and it makes sense. This time the earth does have the majority has to be hit with fire because it's all this pollution. And so when you burn stuff up, even like in the rainforest, we always tell people to watch them National Geographic things and stuff. Fire, it cleans and it gives stuff for the new life, and it mineralizes. So fire, it sounds crazy, like, oh man, it's burnt up, but it's a good thing. For instance, like in that water, you look and it's all kind of dirty, like this is even a man-made place. There's tires and stuff. Like, that's not natural. That shouldn't be like tires and pollutants and stuff. So a lot of it's got to be burnt up and started over. And the nuclear missiles, they get as hot as the sun. But at the hottest points, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? They said some of the flashes at the test. When you watch the nuclear test videos of the early 50s and 60s, the Russian troops from when they go out in Nevada, the little nuclear bombs, right? Not the big ones that they want to destroy the nation. The soldiers would turn their back, cover their eyes. That's what they had to do because they couldn't look at the blast. It was behind them. When they blew up, they could see their bones. With their eyes closed, they seen the bones of their fingers from the radiation and how bright the flash was with just a test nuclear bomb. Then they would turn around and then look at the blast. So that's the test. That's the little ones. See, the Most High. This is like, hey, if man want to be wicked, then you just gonna destroy yourself then. And the Messiah gonna come back in the midst of that and be like, hey, he gonna basically facilitate the destruction. That's yeah. Because man's pride, they want to rule.
Ruined his own nation.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of things happened.
Yep. All those plagues destroyed Egypt. If he would have just, all right, y'all go ahead. The Egyptians, who knows what they would have became. if the Israelites were there, they're supposed to do, who knows, most time when the time come back and take it over. You never know. You know what I'm saying? But it wouldn't have went down like that. But similarly today, these nations know who we are. They got their information, you know, and they hide it from us, and they create these traps and snares for our people to fall into, so we can never. It's simply saying, if we keep them from being a nation, they can't never rise up again. You know, if we keep them from the Most High, they can't never repent. Like I say, what 2 Chronicles 7:14. We can't all face the east and pray and be healed. If we don't know who we are, we don't know what's going on. But we all know this prophecy anyway.
17. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
Right. So this is Ezra saying, woe is, now he's not even there. He's saying, woe is me. Woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? You imagine seeing the vision, seeing this stuff actually happening, seeing what's supposed to take place? Because even himself, he's like, man, who gonna make it out of that? Like he at that moment, he ain't had no idea of like, okay, you could do this and do that. Nah, it's gonna be so bad out here that your only hope is to look to Yahweh, look to the Most High, look to the Messiah. That's the only hope. That's why I find it interesting, kind of funny, like when people like, I'm gonna go here, go to Africa, go here. I mean, kind of, sort of, but if the enemy want to get you, they got satellites. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Like, you gotta understand that. That means that another, dissenting force or another faction could do the same thing you're thinking, and then build up some kind of military or something, and then come take them on. No, they see everything. And really, it's the Most High. It's His judgment. It's His judgment. Because you're going to have wicked people that think they can hide and do this and do that. Nah, this is part of His judgment. He's the one that's going to have to deliver us out. That's the blessing. That's His decision. You say, you had yourself. You saved yourself. Nah. That's what we're looking for in the Scripture. The New Testament say, oh, I'm saved. That's being saved. When you get saved from what's coming, by your actions, from your obedience, from your repentance, that's what's going to save us out of it. Just like in Matthew, it says this is the beginning. It always says like this is the beginning of the sorrows. They talk about all destruction. They say, wait, that's just the beginning. Things is burning up, but this is the beginning. It's not the end. We talk about that endurance now. I think this chapter do talk about it. Even in this chapter, it talk about that endurance that we're going to have. So it's like it's not gonna be for the faint of heart. But it's good to know. That's why I want to go back in the greater detail so you get your mind ready and your mind right to be like, when you see this stuff happen, it ain't gonna be okay, Messiah's gonna come get us. Right? When you see stuff start happening, you gotta that's where the preparation come in. To be like, all right, we're gonna weather this storm till we do decide to come get us. To endure. Falling by the wayside over here, by the wayside over there. Having that blood on you to know how to move and what mindset to be in. Since to say wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the times. That's going to be the only stability of times. That physical stuff. Wisdom and knowledge.
Verse 19. Behold, famine and plague tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
Right. So look, even after Most High sent all of these heinous things among the people, they still ain't gonna try to seek repentance, to ask what they've done wrong to the Most High to get right. The people still gonna have pride and still try to fight one another and be wicked, do wicked. We already see it. He's telling us. We know what to expect. So when you look out in the world, and as you see people get more wicked, that's the expectation. It's going to get worse before it gets better. It's going to be a relief by the time it gets better. Since to say the righteous is scarcely going to make it out. Scarcely.
I always thought it was interesting when I look in Revelation and I see at the end, after the millennial reign, when Messiah lets lets Hasatan loose out of the pit, and then so after you're talking about this reign of Messiah, where he reigned, where he put the devil in the pit and reign, and then lets him loose, and you still have armies that want to come against Yeshua after the fact. So it's like you are able to see the power of Messiah, and still that's not enough for you to say, I want to follow after Messiah. It don't make any sense. But it's the same. It's like you see all of these plagues, all of these things that happen, and still the people, there's still wickedness. The people still won't turn from their wickedness. That's just that's baffling. I don't understand. There's nothing that can be done. Like for me, if I was to see that, if I wasn't in the faith, it seemed like that would make me be in the faith.
Yeah.
But some people, it just ain't in the cards for them.
I mean, now the only thing I can say to that is it was created to be that. Created to be opposition.
That's it.
Just to prove it. Because remember, people are created to be, some people are created to be an example. You never know, like a person's life, the scriptures we see, but the scripture in the Apocrypha, and basically to the effect it says that, basically a person's life is like it's an example, like, for somebody else. Because, like for me, as a righteous person, like the scripture said, like I said, wisdom and knowledge from stability in times. You need to be paying attention to other people and how things befall them for the things that they do. For instance, somebody in jail for XYZ, why would you do XYZ if you see that's the result? And some people get it, some people don't. Some people be like, oh, that ain't me, I ain't gonna get caught. Or I'm above the law, or I can escape the law, or I can do something. But see, this judgment, the divine spiritual judgment, you can't, people think they can escape this. But because it's telling us that people think that they're gonna be able to escape it or not be judged. No. He's telling you no. You're not going to escape it. But that's prime example for us. And for those, even us, like you said, that's on the fence. That even, okay, yeah. Nope, I don't want to be like that.
Right.
Because clearly, that's the result.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously. That's not the way to be. It's that simple. Right.
Which is actually foolishness.
Right. Especially if it's a clear, defined outcome to something, or probability. Now, to an extent, I can agree with that person where they'll be like, so if you're trying something, like something good or something, and some things, you know, say you might be a better wood chopper, or say I'm not a good wood chopper. You're bigger than me. You take the axe, you can go right through the wood. I say, oh, you know what? Chopping wood, that's too difficult. You shouldn't try. You shouldn't do it. But my experience, I'm trying to put it on you, and then you pick it up, and it's not for you. Oh, you're like, no, this is what I do. In that aspect, yeah, you know, you want to be like, all right, let me do this because I can probably do it. But yeah, when it comes to life experience, big decisions that could affect your life, righteousness and wickedness, yeah, that's like, that should be the thing that you take on. Now, if you're talking about that other stuff, it's like, okay, I'm sure I could be better at this than that or whatever. That makes sense. Yeah?
Okay, verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
Right, so he's coming for you. Let me just put it like that. He's coming for you. That judgment, we talk about judgment day, or days, judgment days. He's coming for you. So, okay, you stored up food, that's cool. You escaped the famine. You got a lot of people store, you got the amazing preppers out here, right? They got all the guns, they got all the food. But he said the sword is going to get you. Wicked. You're not going. He going to get you.
That other verse we talked about the other day, when the people come in to the house and destroy the house.
Yeah, exactly.
So you might got a whole bunch of food. Hunger's not your thing. But for the person who hunger was the thing for them, they coming to your house.
They coming with a sword.
So hopefully ammo's your thing too.
Yeah, you better have the ammo too. Yeah. And but let people get wind that you do got it, you a constant target.
Mm-hmm.
That means people be like, all right, you know where to come.
So hopefully endurance is your thing too.
Endurance. Yep. Don't let them come back with rifles and wait for you to walk outside. They up in the woods.
Hopefully having an army is your thing too.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to need a lot. You need a lot. You need a lot. But even still, you better have the spiritual righteousness on your side too. 'Cause that's the back end.
Hopefully Ruach HaKodesh is your thing
Exactly.
too.
That's the back end. If you make it out of all that, you be like, whoo! All them bodies out there.
Yeah.
Still got food. Nope.
Verse 23, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down.
You hear that? That's it. All them dead bodies out here. The dead shall be cast out as dung. You going? I'm telling you, them Walking Dead shows. That was really showing us. I feel like it's a spirit, like, cause Hollywood been making a lot of these movies that talk about the last days. Since 2012, like a little before that. You know, all these movies that's talking about the last days, destruction, you know, catastrophic events, and all this stuff. And it's like you gotta take heed to that, because Most God said He's gonna pour His Spirit out on all flesh. So the messages could be coming. They come in different ways. You gotta be tuned. You gotta tune your spirit to be like, that's kind of based on the scripture a little bit. I can see how that could fit in. You gotta look at the world differently through the lens of the scripture. That's how I do it. That's how I try to filter all of this stuff to be like, you know, a lot of times people be talking, and I'm like, I can't connect it with the scriptures, so I don't really care. But say something's happening, I'm like, oh, that sounds like it can connect to this and this and this. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. All about that book. That was the life. Everybody wanted it, you know. That whole movie centered around that book. Exactly right. Yeah, I know that's through everybody for a group of years. You're like, what? Even if they got it, they couldn't. And then when he got there, well, he could read it, but I like how I did recite the whole thing. Yeah, he read it so much. But see, it became part of his spirit. He was just like, that's what he put inside of him. That's what we're supposed to put inside of us. Yeah.
Verse 24, there shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all...
Right, it's so deserted. Like, we see, even us, we want property, we want to have land like this, but, people own this and own this and own that. Say, things come to pass, we just go. We go, we just come up on something like this. Who won't stop us? Just like Egypt. We left. We took their stuff. Oh, we need this. I'm going to take the jacket up off you. It's gold. Borrowed it. It never got returned, so I don't know. Exactly. Yep. Thank you. Well, that's what I was saying. We gotta be like pilgrims, because you could. That's the thing too. I always say it's a fine line for being ready for anything and being ready for nothing, because you can't be ready for everything. But with the Most High, you can be ready for everything. I mean, that's the only way. You don't know. You don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Yeah, you think you prepared, just to come out for a week somewhere. Yeah. And you was like, oh, I need this, that, forgot that, this. And that
for a week.
Yeah, just for a week. See? But see, that's another thing, too, why we need each other, too, though. Because if somebody forgets something, oh, I got this. You forgot that, I forgot. You got this, I got this. That's another thing, too. He said, gather yourself together, O nation not desired. We ain't supposed to be like the Levites during this time. Out there. I'm just out here walking, for the Most High. Nah. We try to get to the kingdom. It's going to be people there. A lot of us there. Yeah. So we rehearsing now. We just on a low state. Down right now. Wilderness. Waiting to get back to the comfort of the land. Oh yeah, so we're gonna be there. We're gonna be looking for people. We won't see no people. Hell man. Because look, that's why too, when we get ready, say this food shortage thing happens. We done stored up, a couple months among all of ourselves, a couple months of food, and we don't gotta go to FEMA or National Guard or however they ration out this food. And people get out there and get crazy, start fighting each other, killing each other. But guess what? We either went somewhere or we able to stay in our house for a moment in time, and we don't have to be a part of what they're going through because they didn't prepare. It wasn't ready. They didn't see it coming. Or saw it coming and didn't care. Yeah, I remember people in the United States is spoiled and lazy. got all these amenities. You go to one store, get your tires, your battery changed, get groceries, clothes, a TV. Yeah, that is crazy. Your nails, your haircut in the front. You can bank, cash your check, get something to eat, get some glasses, open a bank account, do banking, go get your medicine, get seeds to plant, everything. So that's people in other countries, they're gonna last much longer than people in America. That got it tough. You got to go walk a quarter mile to go hit the well to get water. Us,
Walk over to the doctor.
yeah, we got a problem. Oh man, you gotta go down.
The society that we live in trains us to be dependent.
Exactly.
And instead of being able to be self-sufficient, like which is a natural thing, self-sufficiency, right?
Right.
But the society that we live in is, it flips upside down. So we gotta sit up here and try to figure out how to be how we're actually supposed to be in the first place. But they, like we was reading up before, talking about comparing all these things to things that man is creating to destroy itself. It's like the system is just set up for us to fail. Because it's got us in a place where we got to depend on them, but depending on them causes us to actually be worse off.
Exactly.
So we can't even thrive while we're thinking about things the way that they have it set up for us to think about. Right. We got to get outside of their box, get into this box. It's crazy.
But see, that's the thing. They want a lot of people, and the good thing too, actually, people do got lands, but they got documents where they coming for people with land first. They got the government documents when they really start clamping down, because the self-sufficient is the one that can put up the best fight. And then population centers, which is the cities, they gonna acquiesce more. They gonna go with the flow more. But people that live out here, because the military can roll through here and take these people out, and nobody will even know. You're out here. In the city, it's a little tougher. You got the density, the population. Your neighbor here, there. Somebody come out and hear that. You got a chance to get away. But these people, they can just roll through. Yeah, like Jericho. Yeah, see, that's another one. If y'all ain't seen Jericho, you seen that? It's a series. Jericho, basically, is an EMP. Real quick, the EMP happens, it takes out the power grid. Everything's fried. And the whole show is just about how they survive. And if you got the military going around, taking people's food and stuff, just killing. If you ain't out, you dead. That's a good series for anybody to watch. Jericho. That shows that's a gritty, real life situation. You go off on just power. Many people going down hospitals that's on these machines and things that's dependent on the electricity. The generators, so most generators won't even work unless they EMP shielded. Yeah, just based off of that. It's gonna be bad. So it's good to get into that mindset that it's happening. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we ain't gonna do. This is what we're gonna have food ready. You gotta go through the hard stuff now, figuring out how to make fires, how to cook, and how to use the stuff. This is good. We're doing it. Yeah. Yeah, nice flame.
If you don't do it,
You don't think about it. Yeah.
Verse 27, so that no man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. For of a city there
Hold
shall...
on. Read that part again.
So that one man shall desire to see another. Let me read 26. The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice.
Right. So let's listen to that. That's deep. It's going to be the scarcity of people. Like people are going to be falling by the wayside. It says that so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. So you're going to have people that's going to be out here like they're going to get, where? All these people dead over there. People dead over there. Or just a family that got caught up and it's just them walking. They died, all these people died. And you're going to desire to see somebody else. These are the times it's coming. Talk about this fire that's going to consume. It's going to be bad. I'm telling you, you got to think about people that got ailments. That's why it's good to start getting into intermittent fasting, getting your health right. We all need to be doing that. That's for real. Yeah, and not without complaining and feeling crazy. Or one meal. Make a hearty, nutritious meal. Research, like, all right, I'm gonna make sure I got these vitamins and these minerals in this meal, whether it's a salad, smoothie, whatever, and just drink water throughout the day after that meal. And let your system get, number one, you're gonna lose a lot of weight, and you're giving just the nutrients to your body. Like I said yesterday, you're eating to live now. Because when it's survival time, when you don't bacon and eggs and all that, that's not a necessity. That's not a thing we're going to eat. It could be a detriment, really. You really want nutrient-based stuff. Stuff that give you the much nutrients as possible and keep it moving. If you got to move. That's the mindset to be in. Not that good. Right. Yeah, like in the Matrix, they was eating that slop. Like everything the body needs. That's all they was eating. Like, we got everything the body needs. They didn't even care about the nutrition and all that. He's like, hey, that's exactly, they had their own blend, everything the body needs. That's it. Keep it moving. That's the mindset you gotta be in. We get to the kingdom, then we can eat good again. You know what I mean? That's the point. We just try to make it there. Yeah. Go ahead.
Verse 28, for of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 in the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves, and in the clefts of the rocks. As in an orchard of olives, upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives. Or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so, in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword.
Right. That Walking Dead is real. When I read this, I'm seeing the Walking Dead. I'm seeing desertedness. You know? As I read this, I'm like, hey man, we got our storable food, be able to throw it in your trunk with some water and just drive. Get your tent, throw it in, and drive. Get out of harm's way. Because you never know. You can keep the gas tank, and then you come out here for however long you can muster it. And you might go back to your house or the city, and it's deserted. Then you can go house to house and find supply. It's ways to think about, how we can tackle this. Go ahead.
And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old. And her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel therethrough. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine.
Right, so it's gonna be a lot of women out here. Basically, what I'm gathering from that. So there'll be a lot of women and few men out here. So it's not gonna be good. Go ahead.
Hear now these things and understand them, you servants of Yahweh. Behold the word of Yahweh. Receive it. Believe not the guise of whom Yahweh spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bring forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb with pains. When a child come forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
On every side. Some scriptures say the terrorists will make me afraid on every side. But like, 2020, we like, oh, what's going to happen next? Oh, this is the beginning. This is just, we're going to see things in quicker succession. Oh, this happened, that happened. I wonder how long, like, when all this stuff start happening, how long we going to have, like, internet and TV just to keep up. How soon before that goes out? Then we don't know. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to even have a plan for that. Hey, this where we're going to meet up if the internet and communications go out.
I know.
There's
You
stuff
never think
you
about
gotta
stuff like that. Like, how do you communicate with people who's far away?
Exactly. You can't.
Or that you send somewhere to go do something or whatever. We don't got no other form of communication but like this technology thing.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. This is not gonna be pretty. And you got people who they gonna lose their mind out the gate. That's what I'm saying. Now we'll be part of these first waves when stuff start breaking down.
I remember when 9/11 happened, and they just like for the rest of that day, because all the lines jammed up. I mean, I'm sure that technology has come a long way in 20 years, but
No, that still happens. No, you can still overload the system. Yeah. Even I think they some worldly stuff. The what is it? The PlayStation and the Xbox or whatever coming out next month. They pre-ordered and they crashed all the websites that you could pre-order. Everybody was on it. Yeah. Yeah, they couldn't get it. They came back and we had to cancel it because it went through the shipping or something. So, but yeah, or a section of the phone company or one of the companies go down, and that's half of their service. Because it's outages in different areas, levels to it. So it depends. But yeah, we gotta have like a contingency plan. Like, all right, if within 2 to 3 days communication don't go, this is what we're gonna be. Something like that. So, but let's see, we're talking about this. We have these on tape now, so that boom, we know. So they gonna run around like chickens with their head cut off. Get crazy. People went crazy over toilet paper, so imagine when they're hungry.
But I wanted to add too, like, just thinking about the internet going down.
Right. Yep.
you can watch TV at night.
10 o'clock or something, it was just like, there's nothing on. Right?
Yeah. Like, time to go to sleep. That's what I'll be like too. The internet go down. I'm like, we paid the bill, so what's going on? Yeah. And people, oh yeah.
It's down. It's a whole panic.
And it's going to take people about 7 days to get over that. They're going to be short fused and all that. Because that's an addiction. A lot of people got that addiction. Just pick your phone up, check, oh, what's going on? Well, some people are in that addiction, so that's going to be a problem in households in itself. Looking at each other, dealing with each other. That's why it's good to come out here with nothing, you know, slow stuff down. Yeah, this quarantine show people who they really was. When people can't go shopping like they will, and just that work they separate. Because a lot of these relationships ain't built on nothing. Because really, it's the hard part, the hardships of a relationship that make a relationship. Anybody having a good time. What is it? Doing good to those who do good to you. It's like, what's the point? Like, of course, that's easy to do. You're supposed to be being an example when people ain't doing good to you. You know? That's the real show with the spirit. Go ahead.
O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
Wow, there we go. And who's he calling out to? He said, oh my people. Make you what?
Make you ready to thy battle.
So it's a battle coming. We gotta get ready for it. Make thy ready to the battle. He's warning us. Matter of fact, get
Surely Adonai Yahweh will do nothing, but he reveals his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
Right. He's not going to do nothing without letting us know first. Just like he showed Noah, just like he showed Abraham. The forefathers before, Lot. He told them what he's going to do before it happened. So he's showing us now. He wrote it down. And he said, get ready. Make ready. Go ahead.
He that sells, let him be as he that flees away. And he that buys as one that will lose.
Right. You mentioned, it says, make you ready to the battle, and those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. Do you see? I'm going to let you know that word pilgrim. Yeah. I don't got no signal. Oh, wait. 1 second. I want to look that pilgrim word up. See if I can get some.
I can only see the English definition.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, do that. Yeah, I know.
Okay, a wanderer, a traveler, particularly one that travels to a distance from his own country to visit a holy place or to pay his devotion to the remains. In scripture, one that has only a temporary residence to wander or ramble.
He told us we're going to be as pilgrims when it stops coming. So, if we're going to preserve ourselves, especially being in the city. See, I don't know. It depends how long this thing goes. There's a lot of ways we can maneuver this. Say XRP pop. Boom. We buy a plot of land. Don't even got to develop on it. Be able to have our tents and stuff, at least a place that we know we can at least run to real quick. And be out the way. I think too, I mean, they documents say they're gonna start out here first. So even if we already out here, it could be dangerous. Because they don't have to, boom, they can just pull up with some A-Rap and just shoot through your door with a 50 caliber. They're not gonna have no up because they can take everybody out. So maybe we want to come after them. After they make that move, then we out here. They would have to double back. Then they're gonna probably focus and concentrate in the city, so they're gonna have a lot of problems. A lot of guns out here in this country. Just to say, when the sedition happens, it's gonna stand in the people's power. So when they come, but the people are gonna overtake the forces that come. But the people are wicked, and they're gonna be going against each other. It's a civil war. It's gonna be everybody hungry for themselves. It's not gonna be a good situation either way. But being pilgrims, yeah, that's what you gotta get in that mindset. Be like, oh, we wanna come out here. When they go down, we're gonna have to. There's no other choice. Pilgrim, they're moving. You see danger, something's coming, you gotta move. The scripture said, this ain't our rest. We don't got a place to rest yet. Until we put in our land, it is a rest.
I just thought about something. There's this lady that was playing local there with the Republican senator playing clips from the protesters. Pretty much was using those clips to gain, votes for the local residents. And there was a part in the commercial where he was talking to a local woman or whatever, and he was saying how she didn't agree with what the protesters were about, what they were saying, how they said burn America down, and things like being off, and it just happened. So I kind of pictured the anarchist protesters going against the middle boys, and how they're on left, this is on right, this is on that.
Exactly.
How politics is like with two on the body.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Yeah, that's 100%. Yeah, that's what they want. They want that civil war. And see that, and then that way, because these protesters, they're actually saying, like the Democratic side, when the Black Lives Matter do what they do, they're not condemning it. They're saying it's a peaceful protest. But if you're destroying property, that's not a peaceful protest. People are getting hurt doing these things. And so, but it's really to rile up the what do you call it? The good old boys and all them to come for the guns. Because the Chinese, who has the most interest in this place, if you want to run all the people, they can't have guns. It's going to be resistance. So they trying to either put the laws in or have the people do such heinous acts that the people condemn the guns, so they go ahead to say, all right, give us your guns. Biden said that. I was listening to Biden the other day to a clip. They played all these clips. Biden's like, yeah, we're coming for assault weapons and all that. Kamala Harris is like, I'm going to do some legislation. If y'all ain't going to do it, I'm going to do it. They're coming for the guns if the Democrats get in. But we know the good old boys is like, no. But no, you can try that. That's why guns are selling out at astronomical, ridiculous numbers. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Because if you look at the numbers for people who die from guns, it's so little. Like, yeah, you need to ban cigarettes. You need to ban alcohol. You need more people down from that stuff than, anything else. And they say that's what keeps the society civil. Is if everybody got a gun, they be like, hey, good day, sir. I don't want no problem, sir. You know? We don't want to have to shoot it out here, sir. That's how it was, So, that's how you keep it civil. But when you look at it too, a lot of the crimes and petty crimes that happens when